Hotels Management's tie-up with Singapore-based Castlewood Group to open 20 new luxury hotels across Asia, including 3 in India for an estimated $2.5 billion. We're now delighted to be joined by the man himself, Sant Chatwal. Thanks very much for your time. Let me start by asking you this, Mr. Chatwal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been trying to woo NRIs, prominent NRIs like yourself, and come and invest in the country. How's the Indian community, how are your friends responding to Modi's overtures? Is the Indian community overseas indeed seeing more momentum in India's economic story, or is it just hype, sir?
Well, first of all, I must say our Prime Minister Modi, he brought a good image for India and abroad, especially visiting United States twice, building relations worldwide, internationally, visiting Middle East first time. All those things of a building a relationship, which is really important. But overall, if you really look at it, the way India is growing like 6–7%, and the way he opened the visa, it's very important because we used to have a major problem of all our friends, Americans or even Indian American, those who are born in India, having American passport to come back over there was a big hassle. You stand in a big queue, you have agencies, take months to get a visa. But right now, getting visa online is a great, big achievement. So if you look at it from that point of view, it's a very short time. So far, what he has come up looks good. But certainly, look, we are hopeful that coming 3–3.5 years time, which way to grow. So far, it looks like inflation is under control. Oil prices are down. Somebody has to be lucky. I think our Prime Minister is very lucky. The oil prices have gone down. He's getting the good benefit too.
The point on visas, Mr. Chatwal, is well taken. But what are your friends telling you, so especially the ones who are big investors like yourself, what are they telling you in terms of some of the impediments they are facing in India in terms of doing business? What are the regulatory hurdles, sir?
I strongly feel that we expect a lot from our Prime Minister Modi. It's almost like if you look at 18 months' time, so far, not much movement to see in which the major problem in infrastructure and a lot of industries over there. So far, one has to see to believe what is coming up there. And I hope it will come back better for the country. We wish always India has to be seen in the map of the world. With the GDP $1.8 trillion, we expect India to come in the world line over there. It should come closer to other major nations. We expect India in the 20 years' time should be one of the most powerful countries in the world.
Indeed, sir, there was a lot of hope, a lot of hype and expectations. What do you think, sir? Give us an honest opinion. Do you think Mr. Modi has been able to live up to those expectations that his win had created?
So far, honestly speaking, the observation, not mine, some other people, is everybody is waiting. Hopefully, it will come. And I'm sure he is focused on delivering something more. And he expects that not only, I mean, people expect, as far as he's concerned, 18 months have passed. We got to see the delivery. And I hope our Prime Minister Modi will be able to deliver as people are expecting a huge and lot from him.
So you have worked fervently over the years in strengthening the relations between India and the United States. And while the two countries clearly have a lot of areas of commonality, for instance, fighting terrorism, but there are also clear areas where their views diverge, especially, as we are seeing in the Paris Climate Summit. How do you see, say, in your opinion, how do you sort of view the complexity of the relationship between these two democracies?
Well, I'll just see the where India, having lived in America 40 years, where India-America relationship was there. Only President Carter came in 1976. Thanks, we brought President Bill Clinton coming in 2000. And after that, Bush, Obama coming. Things are getting every day better. Overall, if you really see where India was, I'll say 15 years back in the relationship, every year is getting better. Indian-American relationship is getting much better. We are very happy that I was so active in all the nuclear power deal, which is done. But that's still, the project has to be implemented. And we are looking forward. My strong feeling is the countries they want to develop a relationship, whether in defense, whether in trade, and both have the right intention to move forward in the right direction.
Right, sir. Let's move over now to some of the more recent news. And in fact, very recently, sir, as you would be aware, there's a new book that has come out in the US. And that has claimed that you played a very important role in swinging the India-US nuclear deal and how you were instrumental, especially in getting the support of your friend Hillary Clinton. Would you like to elaborate a little bit on that, sir?
Well, I tell you, was not only Clinton they helped the nuclear power deal, but nuclear power deal was great for America too. One has to educate, one has to work with the Democrats and Republicans. I'm so happy that I spent a lot of time, and it was when you talk to various congressmen, senators, and even the top leaders, when you explain them, this is not only good for India, it's good for the United States too. Especially when the United States, with this right now deal is done, when they are going to do all this technology export, it will generate much more revenue for America. And I think overall, this deal will be great relationship beginning and going forward. If you look at it, today America has the highest nuclear power, Russia too. Don't forget, next door Pakistan has third largest power nuclear, 120 warheads. And one has to really be careful. We want our country to grow also equal, at least, you know.
Right, but did the Congress government at any point ask you specifically to build support for the nuclear deal?
Well, I think, honestly speaking, I liked as an Indian American that after Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh was committed, and we wanted to make sure as Indian American it become my responsibility. Not only the Congress, basically everybody liked the deal, Americans liked the deal, India liked the deal. Great support of, I'm grateful to President Bush, and the biggest grateful to Dr. Manmohan Singh, who really put his foot on that, and that deal, people realize how nuclear power will come along the electric generation. There's huge shortage of electricity. You can imagine coming with a nuclear power, it will also help the shortage of electricity, which will be very helpful for the industries in this country.
In fact, then, sir, I mean, owing to the role that you played in supporting and building support for the India-US nuclear deal, as now you're clearly saying here on CNBC TV 18, are you then upset over the delay in the implementation of the deal?
Absolutely right. I must tell you, we worked very hard, day and night, every Indian American, not only myself, to get this deal done. But so far, when you go back 2008 to the 7 years, we have not seen any progress. There has been too much bureaucracy. It's a high time. I want, India should move forward and get the best out of the nuclear power deal. We took a lot of time for Dr. Manmohan Singh, other people to work very hard to get it signed. We really want the time to move forward.
Sir, let's also get you on the US politics for a while, since over the last few months we've seen a lot of things being said by some of the candidates of the two parties. In fact, of course, Donald Trump's comments about Muslims are sort of, are indeed condemnable. But are you seeing that, is this one of the most polarizing elections that you've ever seen, sir, in the US?
Well, something this time the election, living for a year, something unique, something of new experience, and it's a little too early. And you will see that, like people like Ben Carson that dropped out. You never know what happens, and hopefully, whosoever comes, it will be great for the United States.
So while the media has been unsparing of Donald Trump, but we look at the statistics and some of the, some of the sort of predictions in terms of the support that he garners. So in that sense, can Donald Trump really be the surprise element and be a real contender for the presidential race?
Mr. Donald Trump will never be the president. He's trying to sell his reality show. He wants to make sure that some TV channel should pay him a few $100 million, and he wants to make a big reality show. He's good in reality show, but he'll never be good as the president of the United States.
A reality show. But sir, what about your own friend, sir, Hillary Clinton? If she were to win, would that be overall good for India-US relations?
Well, certainly, Clintons have opened the doors. Hillary and Bill Clinton. Certainly, they know India better. As we see that President Clinton and Hillary, they have been to India like several times. The relationship is great. Their knowledge about India is great. The relationship is great. I think overall, it will be great for both the countries.
So in fact, you know, in capital, I know you have friends and people who sort of listen to you, and many would be telling you that there are many Indian companies that are worried about the tone of protectionism in the US. In fact, once again, there are reports of how the number of H-1B visas may get reduced. So anything that you can do, anything that, you know, that any respite that Indian companies can have?
I think things have changed a lot. You see, even H-1 visa when open, people couldn't use it. So many visas went waste. Things are changing. A lot of Indian Americans living in America going back home. And India's circumstances, the economic conditions are also changing over there. People realize over this. I think those are the past issues. I don't think they'll be going forward. You know, these are visas, all the issues will be relationship. From that point of view, I think those are the past days over there.
So therefore, so you're saying that irrespective of whether we have a Republican or Democrat in the White House in 2017, India-US relations will remain the way they are, that is, on a positive footing.
Look at President Bush. He's the only one who got our Indian nuclear power deal done. Look at relationship of Bill Clinton. Look at the relationship of Obama. And hopefully, whosoever comes there, a relation India and America, it took a long time to bring it there, but it'll be the best ever relationship.
We'll leave it at that then, Mr. Chatwal. A pleasure to have you here on CNBC TV 18 on The Big Picture. Thanks so much for your time.